Hello daily drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft slash sealed. Today's going to be a fun one. We've got early access event for Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is the streamer event happening on Wednesday, the Wednesday before this set releases and before pre-releases. Thanks so much to Wizards of the Coast for allowing me access into this event with other streamers where we are going to be playing against each other using cards from the Avatar set. Before this set is released for everyone else in the public, and you're going to be able to see this video before your pre-release events here to make sure that you're ready for it and that you've got some experience looking at how some of these cards interact with each other on the battlefield. Looks like we have the option to choose some of our character boosters like you do at your pre-release event as well. I'm going to go with Zuko here. I haven't had a chance to play red yet today. I played a few drafts and sealeds already, but I'm going to go ahead and post this one for you guys. I'm going to play Zuko as the red kind of deck as well. Maybe a little bit of aggro going on here. So we're going to open our pool, check out our rares, see what's up, build the deck, and battle it in the queues. So let's open it up, see what we've got. And we have two Faded Firepowers. What does this one do? 3 red and X flash. Enters with X fire counters on it. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on this enchantment instead. That's not very good. And those are the only red cards we got in our Zuko pack. Okay, I've tried Avatar Destiny today. I was very curious about this card. It looks pretty good. It's not. There's exile and airbending in this set, and that makes this card so bad. If your creature gets exiled or airbended, this just falls off and nothing happens. And it's just 4 mana, do nothing. So it's kind of garbage. Earth King, that's a pretty good one. 4 mana, 2/2, make a 4/4. And then you can get some library, or get some lands from your library. What is this one? Okay, so we have Sandbender Scavengers. Those scoundrels, those Appa stealers. 2 mana, 1/1, and when you sacrifice another permanent, put a counter on it. And then when it dies, you may exile it, and then return creature with mana value less than or equal to its power from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty good. And then Momo as well. It's a 1 mana, 1/1 flyer that can get bigger and things like that. All right, our rares are not the greatest. We only ended up with 6 here in the Play Booster era, which is not really where you want to end up, but it's what we got. First thing I notice, we do not have a lot of white cards, like really at all. What else do we got? What do some of the gold cards do here? We've got, okay, a couple of red-black stuff going on in Cruel Administrator, Vindictive Warden, Affixing Land, a White Lotus Reinforcements. That's a pretty good card for green-white. What else am I noticing? We've got a Haybuy. All right, that's something. The Scavengers, this here. What about, I was going to say, what about black-white? But the problem is we have, like, no white cards. Heartless Act is good. Judy is good. Merchant is good in the black-white deck. That's whatever. Pirate Peddlers, 3 mana, 2/2 death touch. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a counter on this creature. That's whatever. This is whatever. It's not the greatest of removal spells. It's like 3 mana, -3/-3, kind of, where you just want to kill the creature, basically. And then this removal is pretty good. We got 2 Lightning Strikes, a Firebending Lesson. Okay. That's something. We have a lot of red cards. Wow, I just noticed that because we chose the Zuko pack, so I'm assuming that's why. Tidely Artful Acrobat has Prowess. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 1. If you do, target creature can't block this turn. That's pretty good. Freedom Fighters is okay. What about in green? I'm not seeing great green here. We've got Earth King, Badger Mole, Lesson. And then the last thing I haven't checked out is blue. All right, Flyer, Quenchia, we've got Parrot. Not a ton of blue. We do have a Lost Days, which is nice, and Sokka's Haiku as well. All right, I'm looking. I don't think we can fill out an entire black-white deck, even if I wanted to. Almost all of our cards are relatively playable. But, like, this is kind of what it would be looking like. In fact, is there even literally a way to do it? I guess we've hit exactly 40. That would be exactly 40 with the black-white deck without splashing. So, probably not where we want to be. So then let me look at red. This for sure. These for sure. May is pretty good. Disciple works pretty well with May. Porcupine depends on our non-creature count. Which one is this again? Exile cards from the top of your library to exile non-land. You may cast that without paying its mana cost if its mana value is less than the number of mountains you control. Could we go mono red? Is that possible? How much red do we have? We could go mono red. Interesting. Okay, I mean, these are all the mono red cards we could play. That's 54 cards. Okay. What about blue? Is blue worth trying to fit in here? I mean, we can get like Lost Days, couple cards. Okay, so if these are seated the same on Arena here as they will be this weekend, I think it's very possible to go monocolored in Sealed, because I played a Sealed earlier today where I played against a mono red deck that absolutely destroyed me, and I was like, how is that even possible? But like, we have a solid like 13 cuts we would still make from this. Now there are cards in here that are not super great, but like, okay, what could I cut then? I think Solstice Revelations is like not horrible in mono red. Put a fire counter on it. As long as it has 3 or more fire counters on it, it's an artifact creature, so it like crews itself. That's pretty good. I don't think this card is good. I just have to cut those. Twin Blades, which is that? Okay, 3 mana, flash, attach it. It gets +1/+1 and double strike until end of turn. That could be kind of interesting with our 4 copies of Deserter's Disciple. I probably don't need 2 of those. I probably don't need 2. I don't think I want to cut 9 creatures here. Oh, this is tough. The Rumble Wrestlers are not the greatest in this kind of deck necessarily. Tylee seems good. Freedom Fighters seem pretty good. Porcupine, depending on how much we end up with, probably not the greatest of creatures. So this is 13, 14, 15, 17 creatures. If I cut 4 non-creatures, maybe if I cut like... I probably don't need the attachments. Why did I just cut the removal spell? Didn't mean to do that. Where'd it go? There it is. I probably don't necessarily need the battle fan. Maybe only 1 cunning maneuver. And then is there 1 more creep? Maybe because the Combustion Man's legendary. So is Tylee and the Warden. Let's cut the other cunning maneuver. I'm going to try to run mono red. I think it's possible with a deck like this. Yeah, this could be really interesting. I mean, we've got a relatively aggressive bent here. 2 lightning strikes, Tylees, 4 disciples to make something like May with a double strike counter. Pretty good. Combustion Man times 2. I don't know. Yeah, this is what I'm going to run. And I think it's probably the right answer. All the other cards were not that great. We don't. Do we even have a single rare in this deck? No, we don't. That's because all our rares were horrible in this pool, except for the black-white ones, which I don't think I want to run. Is it worth putting in black? You know what? I think it is worth playing black here for 2 Cruel Administrators, and then there was some black removal, Sold Out and Heartless Act. Even if it's just a little bit of black, I think that's probably still worth it. So we can put that in, cut this, go back, add some swamps here. What would this end up being? 6, 15, 17, 16, 15, 16 lands here, something like that. We'd still now need 5 more cuts from here if we wanted to run it this way. Which in that case, the Revelations probably gets cut there. Don't think I would need Twin Blades anymore. I'll cut 1 Combustion Man because it's legendary. Okay, I'll get rid of 1 Disciples. I don't think I can get rid of any more of this. This is good removal. So then 1 more cut. Which one is this one? 3 mana, 2/1 haste, make a 1/1. I want to make sure I don't get too low on my creature count, but then I'd have to cut from down here. All right, I'll get rid of the War Balloon. Well, no, the War Balloon, I actually just remembered you can use Firebending to help you put the counters on that, which I think is really good. So then the last cut would end up being... All right, I'm going to cut the Mongoose Lizard. We don't need a 6-drop. All right, we're going to run a little red-black. How about that? In true Zuko Season 1 fashion. That's what I'll run, and I'll see you in game number 1. Okay, we're up first here with Disciple on 2 and Tidely on 3, more than likely. Tidely was one of my favorite characters from the show. Well, do we want to do Fire Sages on 2 now? I think so. Let's do Fire Sages. That at least gives us... I say gives us a mana, but not much we're going to be able to do with it, probably. Alright, can't be blocked as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. Sack a creature, create a clue. It's late here, folks. Okay, well, let's attack. Don't think they'll block. I'm just going to play Tidely here. Disappointing this one doesn't have Flash. Tidely just needs to have Flash. I know there's another version of her card that does, but... Nice little synergy here. So the Fire Sages provide the mana that Tidely needs to tap something down. So that's kind of nice. And not tap down, but technically make it unable to block. So if they go to block the prowess creature, I can Heartless Act the Water Tribe Captain here. But since I think they won't block, I can just play a 3-drop. Get more Firebending going. Okay. Ty Lee down. I think while they're tapped out, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the Water Tribe Captain. Then I can attack with both. And they probably don't want to block again. I guess they do. Okay. So do I want to ping them for one? I guess I'll put a counter over here. And then I think I'll get rid of June with the Wardens. Oh, I didn't technically need to put the counter. I could have played the Disciple after combat, but I think that's okay. All right, let's attack with the Sages. Looks like it will die. That's fine. Then I'll play the Cavalry here. And pass it back. Alright, draw land? No. That's still pretty good though. So we'll get in, and they can't really double block here. I mean, they can, but it's not going to work out well for them. And there we go. Alright, nice little aggro deck, getting it done. Okay, we're playing against a Wizards of the Coast employee here, so that'll be kind of fun. And we have all of our expensive cards. But we're on the draw. One land helps us play Ty Lee. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I can keep this. This hand just doesn't do anything. It's basically the same hand. Guess I'll get rid of the 5-drop? Sure. At least I've got some removal in the meantime. Oop, missing land drops. Hey, we both are. Looks like he found his. Alright, playing all the rares I see. I guess I'll just keep killing them. That I do not want to lightning strike. Alright, give me a land. Thank you. I don't like how he's still got priority here. There is a 1-mana, like, hexproof, lifelink, flying, vigilance trick in the format. So that could be what it is. We'll see. See if we can fish that out. No! Oh, why does my Ty constantly have to be path to redemption? Well, I guess I'll legend rule myself. Yeah, I think he's got a protection spell to protect Suki here. Maybe not. Okay, give me a land. Thank you. I think I just need to get rid of the Suki. And then I will attack. I've kind of drawn all my removal, so... If I can somehow have enough time to get Zuko down and then play War Balloon, use all of his firebending to make the War Balloon a 4/3 flyer, that'll be pretty good. But I feel like I just have to keep removing things. It's got first strike and it's a 4/4. I mean... Yeah. Oh, it does. I forgot about the hexproof trick. No, okay, it's not the hexproof trick. Interesting. Sure, I got nothing else to use it on. Let's go ahead and make that unable to block. Okay, going wide. Not liking the chances here. I can play Zuko, but man, I'm facing down a lot of pressure. I'm probably just gonna have to trade him off as a 4-mana 4/3, and Ty Lee, same thing. Probably just try to trade her off. Lots of lands over there, but it's working out. Yeah, here comes everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let's try this. I think there's a combat trick, but I mean, no, okay. We got rid of a 3/3. There's something. Exile Zuko. Flying. What's that last card? We're about to find out. There we go. Okay. Can we survive one more turn here? Alright, well, dies to removal. Let's see. Alright, we survived. Can I afford to attack with Zuko? Probably. Let's get a little aggressive here. Okay, sure. Let's see if I can draw anything off the top. That's a creature. Oh, I forgot. I could have done that again, but I think I want to cast both of these, so I think that's actually okay. Still dead to removal, but let's see. Okay, that can pump the creatures. That's fine. I'm just hanging on by a thread by one piece of removal here, but so this gives all creatures they control +1/+1, so I can still attack with the administrator, I think. All right. Passing it on back. Oh, wow. We managed to get it. So we faded a couple good draw steps and drew relatively well ourselves, so we'll take that one. Okay, we're up first. It's kind of a slow hand. We have both colors of mana, though. 3, 4, 5. We can remove something on 4. I think it's fine enough. If we can draw a 2-drop, we'll be in business here. We did not. But at least we now have a plan. Non-basic lands enter tap. Well, joke's on you. I don't have any. And then 7 mana, put a Conqueror counter on him. And then it turns into a Blood Moon. Again, doesn't do anything. Alright. That's fine. He does have Menace, though. Alright, Ty Lee will need to go down to Boomy's Bash here, I think. Card is good. It's in our deck, too. Alright, don't think I really have a way to use the firebending mana. I could play Sold Out, but I'm just going to play the Cavalry post-combat here, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Interest tap because of Zhao. No! That was my plan. What does this one do again? Can't block or be blocked by non-spirits. Oh, that card is insane. Yeah, I guess I trade these two. Can I afford to let that live? I don't think I can. I mean, I'd love to be able I guess if I attack with both, this enters as a 6/5, which is really good against that. They'd have to have removal and a really hasty creature. All right, let's get a little bit more aggressive than I kind of want to. So let's play this. I can't see myself dying this turn. But if they have removal for Administrator, it's not great. They had removal for Administrator, so that's not great. Alright, well, now we just do this, and then off we go. Well, unfortunately can't attack for the clue. I guess I could turn my 1/1 into a clue. I'm going to try that. Let's see. I'm going to turn on full control here. See if he's willing to block. I bet he doesn't. Let's go. Got the clue. Do I have a 1-drop? I might. I'm not sure. I can't remember. See what I find here. Oh, I do have the deal 2 damage. Firebending lesson. Okay. Not in a great spot, but we're not dead. Uncle Iroh, yep. Okay, pass it back. I mean, I guess I block Iroh with the 2/1 if they attack, but they're probably going to start using this land to make spirits. And I'm at 6, so that's not great. That could end up being good. But this thing is going to start growing. And I don't know what to do about that. I'm not sure what we can draw here. Yeah, becomes a 3/3. Alright, kill May. Can still become a 3/3. I guess I can chump next turn with the 1/1 maybe? I'm not sure. They want to use their mana for something else. Interesting. Have another removal spell? Yeah. So I chumped that. and I block Iroh here. Never mind. Looks like I just die. GG's. Looks like they drew a little bit better than me toward the end there, so... Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, we're starting on the draw. On this one, we got a 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Worse on the draw, but not a hand we can send back. Alright, here comes the earthbending nonsense that goes on. I have a feeling this deck is going to run away with the format based on what I've kind of experienced so far. If you got a good earthbending deck, it's really hard to beat. Especially when you ramp out early and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can't really get through this stuff. Especially when I miss lands. Alright, I guess I gotta use the firebending mana to kill the Suki here. That's a pretty good one. Probably put it... No, put it on another land? Sure. Gotta love missing land drops. I mean, if I attack and they don't block, I'm just taking 10 on the backswing, like... I think we have lost this one, unfortunately. They're just too many creatures. Put a counter on 2 creatures? Okay, that was each creature. Non-human you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types. Okay, well, like, all their creatures are humans. I guess these aren't, but... But it doesn't have any creature types. I don't know, man. I think this one is looking pretty not good. Goodness gracious, got enough creatures over there? Sure. I assume Ty Lee will go down. No, Ty Lee survives. Alright. She did it. More cards we can't cast. Hooray, Magic the Gathering. Sure. Go to my turn. Draw a 5-drop. Pass it back. I think we have every card in our deck that costs 4 or 5 in our hand. I think. Might have a couple more 4s, but I think we've got almost all of them. So we will concede this one and hope we don't mana screw in the last. Okay, we're up first this time, and guess what? We can't get stuck on 3 lands with this hand, so looks great to me. Now, we got Warden on 3, and then hopefully Administrator on 5, assuming this has attacks. Also May on 2, so that's pretty good as well. Never mind. Okay, there's the Messenger Hawk. Make a clue. Knowledge Seeker, and let me have an attack, please. I suppose I do have attacks, so let's see if they choose to block. I don't think they do. They do. Okay, let's go to damage. And then, which one do I want to kill? Probably the Knowledge Seeker here. I know they get a clue, but it's got more power. I hope they don't have It'll Quench Ya. Alright, well, I cross my fingers they don't have that, and they're just holding up mana to crack a clue. They have that. Alright, that gets on in here. We draw another land. Alright, I'll pass. Aha, my May is going to have a double strike counter. Let's go. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have much else to do here. They're going to counter whatever I play or kill whatever I play. So let's just try to get this thing down, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one. Whichever I do is going to die, so... I guess I baited it out for the other one. Okay, let's try this. That doesn't resolve either. Okay, the next spell I cast won't resolve. Not that I have any more spells, but sure. Okay. Pass it on back. And they get to draw 2 cards a turn now, basically. That's a really good one. Yeah, that'll probably kill me in a couple turns, I think. Well, I guess I can attack. That seems like a good card. 4 mana, 3/3 menace, prowess. Other allies have menace and prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature, make a 1/1. Yeah, that'll end this one quickly. Trigger, 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 trigger. Everything has prowess. Oh, everything has prowess. Okay. So they're getting more non-lands and stuff. All right. This one's done. So we ended this one at 2-3. Had a couple of decent games and then just got mana screwed in one. And mana flooded in the other one. And I don't know. I mean, we didn't really have the greatest pool. I don't think there's a single rare in this deck. Our rares were quite garbage in this pool, but got a couple wins out of it. Sometimes if you're a little uncomfortable and it's your first pre-release and you take the red deck in this one and you kind of build an aggressively slanted deck there, you can cheese out some wins as a result. So hopefully you enjoyed this one here today, and hopefully this will help you going forward in your pre-release events this weekend. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.